episode of the Scottman, and we're here to do a driving video today. I'm doing a redo of two old driving videos I did a few years ago. So I've done videos on I-96 from kind of where we are right now with M-59. All the way to the interchange with I-696 and I-275 and M-5. But they were done in two separate videos, and there might even be a gap in between the two. I'm not 100% sure, but it was, again, a few years ago with not very good quality, so I figured why not come out today and film a redo of both of them and put them in one large video. It's not too bad of a day out today. It's partly sunny. My car thermometer is reading 66 degrees Fahrenheit, which is probably just around like close to 19 degrees Celsius. So it's a very comfortable day today. As a matter of fact, I just got back over from Brighton recreation area. Decided to go to the park, get a little exercise, a little fresh air. Just because none of us are really traveling right now, just because things are, because we've been having to deal with the whole virus stuff for the past two and a half months, but it's getting better. But so it's like not really the best idea to do a bunch of heavy duty traveling right now. So it's like I figure since I'm going to the park, why not do a couple of drive videos to and from. Right now we're out in the Howell area. We're just to the south. This is the exit for D19 or Pickney Road, which connects Howell to the north and then the village of Pickney to the south as it heads up, as D19 goes all the way down to M36. It's like the funny thing is when you're driving on the freeway right now, it's like you never would know really right now that a lot of people are traveling really right now. It feels like a normal day. Yeah, when I was at Brighton recreation area, there are a lot of people there, especially in the parking lot. But because there's some really good hiking trails that were there. I think probably like 90% of the people were on those trails, and I found like a little lessly traveled path that's kind of around the lake there, which I think that's Bishop Lake. That's in the main day use area of the park. Oh, and one thing I'll mention, although that's not terribly fast, but it's like, as there's been a lot less people on the freeways, especially a month ago, or even 2 months ago, like there's been a lot of, Michigan State Police has pulled over so many people for driving extremely fast on the freeway. It's like they think that's like, oh, less people on the road, let's go 100 miles per hour. I don't think so. This is not Germany. It's like we have speed limits here. I'm gonna get back over to the left lane. It's a little bit rough in that lane. I didn't get over here because that guy was also going extremely fast. Surprised me, he was going like 85, close to 90 miles per hour. Maybe not that fast, but ago. They built it mainly to serve all the retail that's up at Latson and Grand River. Not only that too, but Latson Road, it used to only go like just up to I-96 and then make a curve to the west, just north of the freeway. But they extended that all the way down the Chilson Road. Because yeah, there used to be a dirt road called Nixon Road, which Latson Road pretty much took its place and was paved, or they paved the road. It's like, I really want to get out of this lane, but there are a lot of fast-moving cars in the middle lane, usually, but, alright, now I can get back over. So sorry for all the ruggedness in the highway. Yeah, all I know is that the whole pandemic stuff here, especially here in the state of Michigan, that's not going to be good news for the roads, because the state budget for Michigan is probably going to be hurting significantly, maybe probably worse since the Great Depression back in the 1930s. So road funding is going to be hard to come by. It's like you hear of all the people complaining about the roads. It's like, you're in for a real treat, my friends. Anyway, so going back to Brighton Recreation Area. So yeah, there was a nice little pathway that was around the lake. Not the whole perimeter of the lake, but, you know, significantly less people. So it's like staying away from the main trail, it's like made social distancing very easy. Or probably been a lot more difficult on the main trails. Okay, the right lane looks a lot better. I can get back over. Okay, so yeah, according to that sign, we have another 18 minutes to go in terms of time, or 21 miles, until we get to the big interchange with I-275, 696, and M-5. But on my way out to Brighton Recreation Area, I even filmed a continuation video of Grand River. So I did a video on Grand River last year going into New Hudson, so I continued the video today. It was perfect because I was heading out this way anyway to go to the park, or go to that park I went to. As I've mentioned in my Q&A video I did a couple weeks ago, or maybe longer than that, by the time this video goes up. But it's like a lot of my travel plans have really changed because of the whole crisis and all. I'm going to have to get over to the left lane, because what's going to happen about another mile or two is that the right lane's gonna merge off to be an exit ramp, sort of, for US 23. So can't be in the right lane for too much longer. Anyway, we got another interchange with Grand River. This is for Brighton. Got all the retail off in here. You can even see a Best Buy off to our right. This is kind of a newer interchange up ahead. I can't remember when I filmed this area the last time, if it was built or not, but a few years ago merging in from the left and then also to the right. So it was a little bit dangerous. So what they did was, in the middle of the old I-96 lanes, they built new freeway lanes for through traffic. So it's like the original lanes for I-96, which is accessible from the right lane over here. They converted that to being like the part of the exit for US Highway 23. You can technically still go through that, no problem, but why would you want to do that when it's a lot safer to use this? Back to travel. So it's like, yeah, I was supposed to go to San Diego on Easter weekend. Of course, I had to postpone that trip. Now I'm going to go Labor Day weekend. At least that's the current plan. I'm really hoping I don't have to postpone that a second time. But thankfully Delta is very good when it comes to flight change, especially with the whole pandemic and stuff. Alright, now I can probably get back over. And then, not this weekend, but the previous weekend, I was supposed to go to a travel convention called TravelCon in New Orleans, Louisiana. That got postponed to, I think, mid-September. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be going to that or not. Just because the only trip I have scheduled right now, which is not postponed, canceled, or anything like that, at least as of yet, is my big South Africa trip in the first half of October. As of today, it hasn't been canceled or postponed. It's still on as of right now, but there's always a possibility that could always get postponed to next year or canceled altogether. Although I think probably more the former than the latter. If that happens, then I'll plan some type of an alternative trip, either to somewhere in Europe, or if things aren't good over there or something at that point. Although travel is starting to open up a little bit, which is good. The worst case scenario, I can always do some type of a trip here in the U.S. as well. But yeah, I am planning a big road trip. It can always change, but I'm trying to plan something for the very end of July, going to early August. And assuming that goes ahead, that'll be my first big trip of the year. Like, probably be the first time I'd be leaving the state of Michigan since the Dallas trip back in February. And we're starting to come into the area near Island Lake State Recreation Area. That's the exit for it at Kensington Road. And then also coming up to Kensington Metropark. Probably should get back over. And you got the big Kensington golf course off to the left. Just, yeah, saw a few people on the golf course right now. See all the golf carts out there. And we are now entering Oakland County. All right, another 11 miles to go till we get to I-696. That's the interchange. was pretty busy. I could see Kensington Metropark being really busy right now because there are a lot of hiking trails. There's an 8-mile long paved biking trail that goes around the perimeter of Kent Lake. But definitely a nice day to go out to the park though. Not the case tomorrow because we got a lot of rain coming. So tomorrow I'm just going to be staying home. Not really going to be doing anything. Probably just do some video editing. Watch YouTube videos, you know. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm on my way home now. Traffic out today, which can't complain because it's showing a little bit more, things are looking a little bit more normal compared to, yeah, again, what it was several weeks ago when it looked like something out of a movie. Yeah, and here's the exit for Milford Road. This is for New Hudson, which is just to the off to the right. Of course, over there you got Walmart, you got Lowe's, Discount Tire, got a couple of restaurants, got a McDonald's. And you go north on Milford Road, that'll take you up to the village of Milford. Yeah, a couple big dealerships, got Chevrolet and Hyundai. But yeah, as for travels before this possible road trip I'm planning, I'm probably just going to be hanging around in Michigan. For the short term, I'm probably not going to be leaving southeast Michigan just because it's not really a good idea to go anywhere else, at least in the immediate future. Things are slowly starting to open up towards, like, I'd like to sometime, maybe next month, I'd love to get back up to northern Michigan. So I've been wanting to get back up to Alpena because I filmed the video there back in late 2014, I believe. It was either 2000 or maybe it was 2013. It was one of those 2 years, but I filmed the video up there and it needs to be updated because the quality was nowhere near as good as what I produce now. So it'd be and plus it'd be nice to get back up there. Not that too, but get some lunch up there. Hopefully restaurants be open for dine-in service. That way I can support all the local restaurants. Which I'm doing that here too. Because there are restaurants near where I live, of course, that are, even ones right now, they're just doing takeaway and delivery. Because yeah, all I know is that, I mentioned this in my little public service announcement I've filmed about supporting your local restaurants, but yeah, it's like the restaurant industry, well, many industries are really hurting right now just because they've been forced to shut their doors. And it's like the ones, especially the restaurants that are able to open back up, it's like, it's hard to say if they'll be able to keep going or not. So it's like, yeah, we need to support all the local restaurants as much as we can. So that way we can keep some great local businesses alive. And unfortunately, a lot of them have already been forced to close their doors permanently. So it's like, yeah, try to support your local restaurants as much as you can. Yeah, the damage has already been done. There's nothing we can do about what's happened already, but we can sure help out as much as we can. And best of all, you can still practice social distancing too. That's a plus. Because even when restaurants open back up for dine-in service, I can guarantee they'll still be offering takeaway service. So no worries there. So that way, if you want to just get food to go and eat at home, you can do that. I see a state trooper parked up there on patrol on the overpass for Wixom Road. And yeah, once we get to Wixom Road, like this is Wixom right now, we're starting to get into Novi. Now things are going to start getting a little busier because we're starting to get into Metro Detroit with the different suburbs. Starting to see some more retail in this area. Got different restaurants, and then you have Beck Road, and also even also Novi Road too. They both interchanges. They both serve the Suburban Showplace Expo Center. And it's like, yeah, a little fun fact. Although I don't know if I'm gonna call it a fun fact, but it's like, that place, as well as the TCF Center, which used to be Cobo Hall in downtown Detroit, were used as temporary hospitals due to overcrowding in the hospitals during the height of the virus outbreak. But fortunately, they haven't really had to use that to full capacity or anything, because because when it came to the hospitals, it didn't really get as bad as what they said, at least for what I was reading online. Yeah, I should probably get back over because I'm going to be wrapping up the video once I get to the big interchange. And we're now in Novi, and this is the big shopping area for 12 Oaks. You got 12. It's like you got a bunch of shops off to the left, big time stores. You can see a Buffalo Wild Wings. The old Novi Expo Hall is to the right. But yeah, this area has a lot of shopping, a lot of restaurants, a lot of hotels. Especially around the holidays, this is a very busy area. Okay, should probably get over, and we're going to get ready to conclude the video here. So, this has been I-96 going all the way from M-59 just west of Howell, Michigan, over to the interchange with I-275, I-696, and M-5. Over here in Novi, Michigan. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that subscribe button to come along and join me for the adventure. And don't forget to click that notification bell so that way you know when a new video goes live. Well, thank you for watching, and this is Scott, or the Scottman, signing off here from I-96.